In Paris, the athletes are enjoying the Olympics closing ceremony, and what a games it has been. Our reporters Gerraint, Hughes and Miriam Walker-Khan have been in France for the whole time. Here now to give us their highlights of Paris 2024.
So our Olympic odyssey almost at an end. For Team GB, it is all over. 7th in the medal table, 65 medals though, of which 14 were gold, 22 silver, 29 bronze. Medal range set for them by UK Sport, who hand out the public money. Taxpayers' money at stake here. Was that medal range between 50 and 70, so they've done that. There's disappointment though with the gold. 8 down on Tokyo and 7th in the medal table. I think the irritation really is that Australia have somehow finished above Team GB. They've won more golds, but Team GB have won way more medals. We're going to look at some of the highlights. Miriam Walker-Khan's with me. Mim, you were a resident pretty much for about 9 days at the Stade de France. Team GB on the track. It's so much focus is on track and field athletics. It's the #1 sport. From Team GB point of view, what were your highlights?
I think we've got to start with Keely because she was just incredible to watch and has been the past few years, but the first British woman to win a gold in the athletics since Jess Ennis-Hill, which I think sums it up and says how much we've needed that gold. She's just been a joy to watch since Tokyo when she got that medal there, burst onto the scene, and is only 22 still, and I think we've seen a real superstar being born there. And then Josh Kerr in the 1500 metres, of course, that incredible race which was so dramatic. Cole Hocker came from nowhere to take the gold, Josh Kerr silver, and his massive rival Jakob Ingebrigtsen from Norway. Nowhere to be seen in the medals in 4th place, so that is really exciting. But I think we spoke to Josh after the event and he said he wasn't ready to let that rivalry go yet, so that's exciting for the sport. Matt Hudson-Smith in the 400 metres, we thought he was going to win it. He was leading and running incredibly, and then it was Quincy Hall from the US with the most ridiculous finish in that last 100 metres that I've ever seen in a 400 metres. And then last but not least, Kat Johnson-Thompson getting her first Olympic medal after 4 Olympic Games. She was 19 when she went to London, her first Games, and she's really just struggled with injuries over the year, especially in Tokyo. She had heartbreak and had to pull out with that calf injury, so I think seeing her finally get her medal against Nafi Tiam from Belgium, who is a great of the sport, who kind of took over when Jess retired, I think that is brilliant for Kat and just a relief.
Many other highlights for Team GB, but we're going to have a chat now as well about some of the issues away from the sport. Never did I think I'd be an expert so much on the cleanliness of the River Seine, but it became a huge story in the first week. All the samples, all the testing of the River Seine, was it clean, was it not clean? Eventually got away the marathon swimming and the triathlon swimming, but it was a big story. But for me, Mim, I know you agree with me on this one. What's the story that dominated away from the sport?
The boxing.
Iman Khalif, absolutely incredible. I think the way that she spoke about how sort of the 10-12 days of pressure that she was under no fault of her own, the most extraordinary IBA press conference. Let's not forget here, the IBA are a banned organisation by the IOC and the courts. They can't organise the boxing here in Paris. They're not allowed to. Didn't in Tokyo either. They showed up trying to say, we're going to explain everything, and explained nothing. It was an absolute chaos and a shambles. And it's put boxing in the limelight for the wrong reasons, and Iman Khalif and Lin Yuting in the spotlight for the wrong reasons, not their faults.
But on a positive, you were there and you saw that incredible Algerian support, didn't you?
Not just from Algerian sport, it was French people with Algerian flags. I've never seen a tennis court that noisy and that raucous. The atmosphere was electric. Kind of in a way you can't see that it was inevitable that both would win gold as well. Talking about those 2 international stars, the global superstars turned up here in Paris, didn't they?
They definitely did, especially at the basketball, all together last night in that incredible final. Team USA versus France, and Team USA of course brought LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. That was insane to watch, just being in that stadium. France really tried to pull it back in that last quarter. It was a 3-point margin at one point, and then Steph Curry just owned it all, and it all changed because of him. 4 3-pointers in that quarter, so incredible to watch them all play together, probably for the last time ever. And then Team USA also, Simone Biles at the start of the games winning her first gold since Tokyo, and she got the twisties and had to pull out of that event. And she's taken some time away from the sport for mental health, and I think just her being back, despite what colour medals she got, was just brilliant to see her there and to be representing for the sport and to be talking so openly about mental health as well. And then in the pool, Leon Marchand
Yeah,
from France.
poster
Leon,
boy.
the poster boy, 5 medals, 4 of them gold, and it was just a joy to be there at the Aquatic Centre, hearing the roar from the crowd. Just incredible to be part of that.
Well, then we go from Paris to Los Angeles. The greatest show on earth goes to probably the greatest show capital on earth. What are we going to get? Well, we've already spoken about boxing. It's got to do an awful lot to make sure it's there for LA. Cricket goes to LA, and also as well, Mim, there could well be the new head of the IOC. Thomas Bach doing it no longer. And if an interview that Seb Coe did with us, there's a really good chance that there could be a Brit in charge of the IOC come LA 2028.
We shall see. Gerraint, Miriam, thank you. Team GB's flag bearers, Alex Yee and Bryony Page, are in the Stade de France for the closing ceremony tonight. Yee won gold in the men's triathlon. Page was the winner at the women's trampoline.